one version of something, okay? So I need you to understand this. Whether I drop down to it or I enter into it from my back, if Levi ever comes up, right? If he's ever up like this, he stands up. I can do the knee tweak sweep, which is like trying to get him to turn over that way. Okay, come back up, right? So like, but if Levi like puts knee pressure or like keeps his knee facing this way, it's very hard to turn his knee that way. Only if his knee is facing me like directly or to the outside am I able to turn his knee to the outside. So single leg's been around for a while, and I would technically call this, if you want to call this Ash Garami, and for me, like I would say get it to single legs. This would be single legs for me. Yeah. So it'll be a slightly different position. But say we're here, so like either way, so if his base is good, which it should be, especially at our level, right? I shouldn't just get away with the knee tweak. I should always be able to grab the other leg and sweep him. This also means I have both of his legs in my control now. So now I can adjust my arm if I wanted to and that kind of stuff in order to tap him. If I leave this leg alone, he can do posting on the ground, he can open my knee, turn me the other way, he can fight to the inside, he can do all that kind of stuff, okay? So what I want to do when I get to this point here, and actually this goes, stand back up for me, bud. This goes for all these sweeps too. Like if I'm out here, I'd rather have both legs, right? Yeah. If I, even if I, sometimes like if I have an X guard, I'd rather have both legs. I'd rather have both legs in my hand, especially if I'm attacking the legs, okay? So that being said, when I get to this position, right, I'm gonna switch to a different style footlock. Now, like you noticed, Levi did the thigh spread. Do the thigh spread again, bud. So he's opening my legs, okay? Some people can take their hand and pull it open and turn, and yeah, but also like turn just to stand in base. So now he's able to get up on his other leg and he changed the position to get back up, right? Yeah. So also, if Levi were footlocking me, he's shorter than I am, okay? Great grappler, way shorter. Okay, no, but seriously, so if the position were switched and Levi were footlocking me like this, I can get my arms really close to him. I can connect my hands around him. Let's switch that. Levi, can you connect your hands around me? Okay, so what I'm about to do is, I believe, better for shorter people, but it also pops the foot off a lot better. I'm gonna pull my foot out and I'm gonna stomp on him again here. Okay, so I'm able to squeeze the knees, I'm able to push him here. So this gives me an extra push, which makes it even harder for Levi to come and grab me. It also gives an extra pin on the hip. If you notice when I'm like this, sometimes when I stretch or do anything, it can also like, sometimes my foot will come off and I can't get it back on. That kind of stuff happens. You know, Levi can push it down, all that stuff, right? So when I come here at one, it gives an extra push, it's a lot of stretch. He can no longer do the leg spread escape, okay? It's hard for him, like honest to God, like I'm just gonna squeeze. Can you turn my knees open? Okay, come back. He can also throw his leg over, right? Do the leg spread, which is my favorite, right? But when I'm here, just squeezing, can you turn my knees open? I'm locked like this, okay? So this gives me that option of not being spread open with the leg or the arm. I have extra push now by distance, because this distance is shallower. He can get his chest to me, especially if this foot is lost. You see what I'm saying? And there's a ton of other things to do there. So this is harder. Levi, try and stand up.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm just pushing real hard. And then the truth is, I end up pushing with the top foot more than the bottom in this scenario. And I'm trying to push his hip down. Now, I don't want to get like a steamer locked and like, you know, gripped inside here like this, you know? So make sure that we're, you know, staying sideways. And I'm also, what I'm able to do here is I'm able to reinforce the bottom foot with the top foot. Okay? So, we landed into our technique. I swept him. I had my basic Ash Garami with one foot in, okay? Now, if I want to, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjust. I'm really tall, so I can't just slip my foot out in the battle real easy, especially when Levi's trying to come forward. My leg's compressed, okay? So what I like to do is I like to hip escape. So I'll hip escape, get my foot locked. This gives me the room. Now I can connect, push away, and I start to get my foot locked. All right, so here we go one more time. We start the technique. Remember, same thing as the last video. I'm causing pressure on the middle of his thigh to try and kill his de la riva. I don't want to just be in the very center, so he can be active with it. I'm here like that. Can you even push here? Also, I talked about this earlier, but I want to touch on it again. I step on him before I fall. If I do not, Levi, and I try and I'll do this slowly, watch, don't get up yet. If I sit and then try to put my foot up, in that window of time, Levi will get up, watch. See what I'm saying? So my objective right here is to put my foot on him before I fall. And it stops him, you see what I'm saying? Okay, so we're still gonna play the game just to understand some of the game. He's gonna get up though, okay? So he starts to rotate, he gets up. I grab his ankle and tweak him. Now I've got both ankles, I hip escape, put my foot on his hip, I have the overhook of the ankle, I grab it like a guillotine, and I get my foot locked. So, again, I enter in, boom, grab the knee, place it on him. He starts to rotate my knee, he gets up, I grab, I tweak. As I hip escape, this arm's gonna overhook the leg, because right now it's holding the calf. As I hip escape to make space to my leg, I go like this. And then I pull my leg out, I suck my space back in, I let go of his other leg, guillotine grip. One more time. It's a lot of power. Be careful. Let's do one last time. It's a lot of power. Be careful. I want to do it with the hand facing them eventually. Okay. So as you guys can see here, when I hip escape, pop the hand through. Soak the space back up. Grab it like a guillotine, grabbing the palm. Not way down on the calf. At the base of his Achilles where his heel attaches. And then I replace my elbow with my shoulder. This is different than this or this. I replace my elbow with my shoulder. And then I look to the floor and stretch. But in this case, I'm going. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, go back and forth. Ready, set.